you at some point reconnected with an old friend, and when they saw how much you have grown, they kept bringing up your past and who you used to be to discredit where you are now. And they could barely acknowledge where you are right now because they kept focusing on your past and who you used to be. If this message is resonating with you, this is your message. It's not going to resonate with everybody. It's not for everybody. Please don't force it to fit. But this message is for the people that you are spiritual. You have gone through your spiritual awakening. You have evolved, and you are now living through your soul. You're living your spiritual life. And before you went through your spiritual awakening, before you became awakened, you were asleep. And when you were asleep, you dealt with certain people. Like, this is probably like back when you were in college, or maybe if you were like in high school or whatever, but you had moments where, because you were asleep, you knew some other people that were already awake. They were already on their spiritual journey. They were already kind of like open into and indulging and engaging in the spiritual journey, but you hadn't entered the spiritual journey yet because it wasn't your appointed time, right? What happened is that you and this old past friend, acquaintance, whomever, you all hung out at, back then, ages ago. And you all tried having spiritual conversations, but because you were asleep, you weren't able to conversate with them. So this person, in a way, thought they were better than you because they thought, like, I know more, I'm more evolved, I'm awake. This person is asleep, boom. And they kind of like wrote you off and kicked you to the curb and thought they were better than you. And then you guys have some distance for years, and then you kind of come back together, and you have gone through a massive transformation. Like, you have gone through your spiritual journey, and you actually outgrew that person. That person who we're talking about, you actually outgrew them. You evolved past them. So yes, they started on their spiritual journey before you, but you grew way past them because your calling is higher. Your spirit is a lot stronger, right? You already, you have such an old soul that it was meant for it to be that way. You had to be asleep for a certain amount of time. It was all within divine timing. And once you all reconnected, this person basically was envious of the fact that you had outgrew them and you weren't that same person that you were before. The version that they felt that they were better than, the version of you they felt that they were better than, they knew you were no longer that version anymore. So their superiority that they felt over you, they no longer felt. So that's why they kept having to bring up who you were in the past and what you did in the past and certain incidents and everything to try to discredit you, to try to make you feel bad, to try to make you think that you are still that person when you are not. Ooh, part 2.